Okay. Hello. Sorry. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
And Hannah.
Woohoo! Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber. Like, you can't even wait. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina, which is probably going to rain again today.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
I'm Hannah. Minion number 2.
Yay! Do you just want to...
I was just going to start cutting.
Okay, well, would you like to explain to people what you're about to do?
I'm steeking a sweater.
What does steeking mean? For the uninitiated.
So, I knit my cardigan in the round. And I've got it secured. It's so dark that even if I hold it up to the camera, it's hard to tell. Like,
how did you secure it? That got
I crocheted up the I crocheted up the side of, and there's lots of tutorials online and stuff like that. So I'd look at those, not at this, because the yarn is so dark.
But did we talk last week about how it's like, or we talked about treating the V's of the stitch as like the top of a crochet stitch, right?
Yes, I crocheted the right and the left leg together.
Yes, yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Up. You go up one side and down the other side so that the crochet kind of opens up and exposes the...
Oh, so you went up one column of stitches and down the very other side of those stitches.
Not the same, like, it's two separate sets of V's, but it makes
but you didn't skip a set of V's in the middle. Like,
no.
You went up one set of V's and down the very next set of V's.
Yes, but you also want to have two separate ends at the top because
otherwise you're cutting through that.
Yeah. So anyway, I got it prepped yesterday and I wanted to cut it and then I wanted to cut it here.
Okay. You see what happened was she decided like midweek or early in the week she wanted to do this on camera. Mm-hmm. And then yesterday, she almost got so excited. She's like, but I really want to cut it now. I really want to cut it now. And I was like...
You know, I was on the other end of the phone.
But do you want to... I know you want to do it immediately, but you also want to, like, potentially freak everybody out.
Yeah.
Doing this, too. So.
I don't even know what it's going to do.
Yeah. In theory, steeking, you want to do it with 100% wool, so it like you want to secure it, but also do it with 100% not superwash wool, so that it grabs itself and like it helps with the steeking process of not unraveling. But this is how Norwegian people, like not all of them, but you know, it's a Norwegian technique of doing color work in the round, reinforcing and then cutting it to make a cardigan instead of going back and forth. So she's doing it. She's cutting right now. Okay. And y'all can't quite see, but we can see. And so far it's working. But yes, and Hannah is trying not to watch.
I have all the Star Wars references going through my head.
Stay on target. No, stay on target. That's what I would have.
It's working! Original sequels refused to go into Disney.
There was a moment when Liz was like, I almost want it to just fall apart. Mm-hmm. Just because, you know, but that's probably why.
I know.
So we're just gonna stay here while she steeks this, and we could talk about other things, but everyone is probably going to be madly watching to see what happens with this. So, and someone I remember was saying, "Why don't you finish the sleeves first?"
Someone was Hannah.
Okay, I didn't know if it was Hannah or Amy D or somebody. Yep. But she really wanted to steek it today because she was done with it and she'd put her crochet bottom edging on it. And what I love is if this works, it doesn't matter how tightly you knit the fabric because I could see you, Liz, through your knitting. Ha ha!
Would you look at that?
One of the things that I read that was like if you're doing a thicker sweater, this technique doesn't necessarily work because it adds too much bulk to the edge. Yeah. But because I knit it, it's DK on an 11.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! and so you all can see at home if we hold it at the sleeve part, or you could put it on.
I could put it on.
See, that was once just knit straight around. Look at that. That's amazing. I would be so terrified to do that. That is so amazing. Look at that. I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
Oh my god, it's a centipede.
Yeah, it does have little ends sticking out of it. And I'm not going to...
It looks like a centipede.
No, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this and roll it and then whip stitch it down.
Okay,
So Liz is not done with this yet. It's not like she can just wear it and go on forever. So maybe, I mean, I was about to say, if we want to be delicate with it until it's ready to go.
Yeah.
Never mind. So you do have another step you're going to be doing to make sure that
Yes, I'm gonna
it doesn't come apart.
take the crocheted edge and kind of roll it in and whip stitch it down, and it will make it. I could put a button band on it, but I'm not going to. It's just gonna. It'll probably keep rolling because it's stockinette. But,
and that's okay.
Yeah.
You knew that was going to happen.
I knew that was a thing.
That's awesome.
Ta-da! I have a cardigan. Without sleeves. But, sleeves will get done.
Sleeves will get done. Mm-hmm. And it's so pretty.
And I want to put the collar on. Like, that's kind of why I wanted to do it today. Is because I have all of this pretty that I want to do the collar in.
Okay, and the collar is just going to be at the top back and forth.
Yeah.
It's not, you're not putting, because you're not doing a button band.
I'm not doing a button band.
Okay. Because that's some people go up and around and back down on their cardigans, but she's not planning on that.
But I didn't want to put the collar on before I steeked it because then
you have to cut through the collar
then
too,
you have to,
and steek that, and that's
that could have been fun.
Issues.
But yeah.
So
Ta-da!
That was our big event for today. But no, I'm kidding. No, we're going to talk a little bit more because there's another cool thing that happened this week. Hannah, what are you wearing?
Oh, I finished my Selwood.
And so talk to us about it. And your knee's blocking a little bit of it, by the way.
Sorry.
I'm the director. I'm going to be,
It's the Selwood by Caitlin Hunter. It is done in the Noro Sonata. I worked on it for probably 8 months. It was in timeout.
It was in timeout for a while, right?
Like 7 of those 8 months.
I have to say,
But,
I have to say that, I feel like last week we had just figured out that the back hadn't been done yet.
Yeah.
So you finished the back, from the arm separation, the armhole separation up, and seamed it, and put edging on it, and blocked it in a week. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's absolutely fantastic.
You were also making other sweaters in between.
Yeah, when it was in timeout, you were working on other things. Mm-hmm. But I need to clarify. Sometimes projects just need to go in timeout because they need to think about what they've done.
Yes, very
and
much
it doesn't matter if you have something else going or not. But it's gorgeous. I love how it blocked because you finished it and it was adorable, but it was definitely smaller.
It
right?
was.
It was gonna be
smaller. Here.
here.
It was gonna be here.
Yeah. It and
I
we've
cropped, but
yeah. If y'all go back and look at was it last week you were showing it? Mm-hmm. And still on the needles and or was that 2 weeks ago? Regardless,
I think I was still on the needles last week.
Yeah. Well, I think it was. I just can't remember if you showed it last week or okay. I can't keep track of my weeks, So, but if someone wants to go back to our last video, they can see on the needles what the drape was and the stitch definition and everything.
It was scrunched.
It was lace when you first do it is kind of scrunchy. And
it blocked open.
It blocked really nice, which is awesome. And you blocked it once it was totally done, right?
Once it was totally done, I weaved. I grammared in my.
I think wove in your ends works.
As well,
yeah.
Before I blocked it and everything.
The way I would linguistically put it is you wove in your ends, or your ends were woven in before you blocked it.
That one.
Yeah, whichever one you like better. They both work.
Fair enough.
So, but that's fantastic. And that I would think, especially if you change skeins in mid-row anywhere in that, I would recommend doing that before blocking so the lace does its nice thing. It's gorgeous, though. It's a really pretty color of the Sonata as well.
Yeah,
it's my favorite
like a
color.
wine red. I really loved it Merlot or something.
Yeah,
really
it's
but it's pretty.
So the Sonata is a cotton and silk blend with some polyamide and stuff, because most Noro has some kind of synthetic to kind of help it stay together. And like cotton and silk, sometimes you think of like summery, really bright colors. And I love this color because it's not, you know.
It is the softest thing. Like, I put it on as soon as it was dry and everything. I did not take it off for hours.
Because it was just awesome.
I showed my mom, and I was like, okay, I'm happy now.
I have to say,
it is so soft.
Yes,
yeah. It was amazing.
And the last ranunculus I finished is the Sonata Shima, and the only difference between Sonata and Sonata Shima, what's really silly is I'm looking around the record button. Y'all can't see the record button, but I need to be able to know that I. Anyway, the only difference between the two is one is color changing, like stripy, and one is not, and yours is more tonal, but you can. It's got a little bit of color texture to it. Mm-hmm. And itty bitsies, and
yeah, like on your sleeve, you get some of the tonal. I like how
I see patches in front too.
The Sonata, like most of them have a tonal.
Yes,
it's not as much as the Fiber Spades, but it's
no,
a nice
but,
slight tonal.
Slight tonal and color texture, like I like to call it. It just means the color's not flat. And I think that just adds a little bit of fun and definition to anything that's made out of it.
Yeah.
So mine was super stripy. And I will say, yes, I finished my ranunculus on vacation and instantly put it on. And it was so soft. I hadn't even blocked it yet. It would be softer if I blocked it. Honestly, I haven't blocked it. But it's got a little enough lace that it doesn't necessarily have to. But I bet it would get even softer. I will say, between wearing it on vacation and wearing it for the photo shoot for Territory, it's a little toasty.
Yes, but Hannah's always cold.
I was going to get there.
I'm so comfortable right now.
Exactly. So I was wearing a cotton t-shirt when I came in for the photo shoot, and then I switched into the ranunculus, and I was fine. But then when I switched back into the cotton t-shirt, I went, oh, I can breathe now. Because it's not like hugely hot, but it's different than just wearing cotton. I will say that. But yes, we keep the shop colder than you like it, so this will be wonderful. You know.
Maybe she won't steal my sweater today.
Yeah, right. Anyway, not this sweater. No. By the way, switching back. So I think it's beautiful. I love it. I love that you wore it today so we could show everybody. It is really fantastic. And last thing I want to say about Hannah's awesomeness is, well, she is awesome, but so the sleeves, though, these little cap sleeves really are just because it was made, like the shaping is like straight up, front and back. I mean, there's a little shaping in the front for the neckline.
Yeah.
So the sleeves are made by it kind of having almost a drop shoulder construction. And then you added the edging after it was sewn together, right?
Yeah, you have to like pick up the stitches. It was like, for my size, it was like 92 or something stitches you have to pick up. And then you go around for, I think it was like an inch and a half.
So
very
you're just
frustrating.
Cuffing.
You're cuffing the
sleeves.
armhole opening.
Same with the neck.
But what's really cool about that is just for general construction purposes, if people haven't made tops and stuff, is like you didn't add on full sleeves to get that shape. It really was going straight up. But going straight up from your torso is actually like our bodies aren't actually just straight up from the torso, even though it's the same optical illusion, not same, but it's an optical illusion like sleeves that look straight actually are tapered. Because if sleeves were knit straight all the way out, they'd look like bell sleeves. Same thing with the construction of a sweater. If it's straight from the shoulders down to your waist, when you put it on, it's going to kind of fold around your shoulders to make it look like you have little cap sleeves, which I think is really cool.
Only reason I say it's frustrating is because I hate picking up the stitches.
What's frustrating?
I said it was frustrating
to edge the thing. Yeah, and and
I just hate picking up stitches.
I mean, everyone's
like when they're on hold,
right? And everyone's got their thing that they don't like about sweater construction that might push them towards a different sweater construction, or they will just engage in it because they want the finished product. Like, picking up stitches it's like there's certain sweater, like a lot of people don't do pieced sweaters anymore because there's a lot of sewing involved to put them together. And then on top of that, a lot of bottom up sweaters or even top down ones too that are drop shoulder, you have a flat panel with not as much shaping, but then you have to pick up stitches around the armhole opening to do anything, even if it's just edging it or doing the whole entire sleeve. There's no way if you do a straight piece to have stitches on hold there because you're going in a different direction, right? But yes, top down, what's really popular right now is top down, increasing as you go out, and then your stitches are on, your sleeves are on hold, like the stitches are just there to pick up and go later, right? Some people don't like how that fits, and so you have to decide what's the most important thing for you. Is it how it fits? Is it ease of construction? I don't know, there's some people don't like working on circular needles in the round, and then they're going to be making pieced sweaters. That's what that means. But there aren't as many people writing patterns for pieced sweaters anymore.
That's okay with me.
I know it's okay with you. We have some knitters who come in, though, that's the only way they know how or want to make a sweater. And that's going to be problematic for them. I think we're all okay. But it's personal preference. There's a lot of things. There's so many things in knitting and crocheting that is personal preference. We have our opinions on what works best. And we may all differ in our opinions, but so. Are you already tacking down your...
I am. And it's I got that.
Oh gosh, that's awesome. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm just whip stitching
She's whip stitching,
the crocheted edge to one of the purl bumps, like a line of purl bumps. It's kind of hard to see, but...
This shows our generational differences, because Hannah just went to watch me whip, watch me nay-nay. And I started going to whip it good.
Oh, God!
Which is a totally different song.
So is.
And
isn't that Devo? That's Devo from like the 80s, right?
Either.
And she's just working on her thing. And what's really cool is like, and all of that brings up different things for Hannah. So, but the tarantula that we could see before, the centipede, whatever you were calling it.
The feet.
The little feet.
We are not a tarantula here.
Sorry, the centipede. No spiders anywhere near Liz. The centipede that Hannah was seeing before is gone when she whips that down.
It just rolls right in.
Yep.
And
no little ends that are gonna make you go. So. Anyway.
Now I'm cool. Like, oh, I've done this. Now I've got to finish my color work one so that I can steek that.
Oh, she's having so much fun now. So to transition in some way from Hannah's back to Liz's, if you don't mind me holding up an edge of this, like, so you can't really see it on camera, but Liz used color changing and solid of the feeder brook, and the feeder brook, like I can hold up this little ball. The feeder brook solids are also a little color texture tonal. Yeah. So yeah.
And both of our sweaters are wine references.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this one's like
was it not Merlot, but it's
Merlot.
Merlot,
I think.
And then yours might have been a Merlot
yours
too.
Yours is Merlot, different. Mine anyway, but they're both wine.
I have no idea
colors.
What the actual name is, but it reminds me of Merlot.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're both wine colors.
They're both different artists' interpretation of dark, broody red wine.
I love the dark. It's so dark.
And honestly, another thing about like if the two companies had tried to both dye a Merlot color, like it's their take on Merlot, and also because Liz's, I'm getting nerdy here for a second, because Liz's is wool, it can take on a darker, richer color than the cotton. in all honesty. Cotton is not going to absorb color as richly or as darkly unless you do it a million times, and then it might bleed. So so that's another reason they come out a little different, but it's all tonal. It's all fun. I will transition to say I'm using Feederbrook still, and I haven't made all that much progress probably since last week on my harvester. Like, if we take a look at this, it's not on stitch holders, and if I spread it out too much, it's going to pop right off my needles. But I'm getting there. I really haven't spent that much time on this. I will say tomorrow night we're having our second Coach and Connect, and I do hope to get through the color work on this. I've been distracted by a lot of other things, but this is the Feederbrook. What?
Oh, Hannah.
She almost whacked me in the face.
At least I didn't whack you in the face with my needle.
I thought she was apologizing to me. I'm like, you weren't the things keeping me from doing stuff. But my Feederbrook is one of the really light and bright colors as opposed to the two colors you use, which
dark energy. It's Cabernet.
Cabernet. Okay, you're right. It's definitely... Okay, so that's Cabernet. And I can't remember. I'm not enough of a wine aficionado to know which one's actually darker. They're both red to me. You know. So I like a good Chianti anyway. So
what is that?
It's Italian red wine. It also is mentioned in Silence of the Lambs. So when I hear Chianti, I just anyway. It was the inexpensive when you're in Italy, which I was like a very long time ago. It was the more inexpensive thing to buy when you're there because it's made there. So and it's nice, but. Anyway, so this is where I am in my harvester. I smushed together. She's got one called Forestland and one called Harvester. And I was talking to Hannah on Tuesday, and I'm like, I have to bring my Forester home. And she's like, that's a car. Because I'm smushed the names, the Harvester. So I'm really excited. I love seeing this on camera too because it shows what it would look like from a distance, which I don't usually see when I'm looking at it right up close. So I hope by next week my hope by tomorrow was to be a sleeve separation. I'd have to go home and only work on this tonight. And we all know that's probably not going to happen. So
it's not going to happen.
We'll see. We'll see where we get to. But maybe I'll have something fun to show you all next week. My current project's in this bag that I just made last night. Ta-da! I'm figuring out quirks of my sewing machine, but it's still working if I just nurse it along with the right feet and other things. And, you know, having not used a sewing machine in like 10 years, it's slowly coming back. But I have started to put these little guys that I'm making with my leftover fabric online. I still have tons of leftover fabric, but I'm starting to reach the point where my choices, I'm like, I could use a different palette to go in with this. And so the rabbit hole of fabric stash is dangerous, just like a yarn stash. Any sewers out there already know this. But to me, it's like new and exciting and dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
So, I will say I'm using my quilting batting in these instead of like interfacing or something. So I've noticed like Whimsy Stitches has like, it's got interfacing so it'll stand up on its own. And this won't. I have a boxed bottom on it, so it's wider at the bottom. So when there's a project in there, it'll stand up. Or if I do this, it'll stand up on its own. But it won't always. I found some cute little zippers with like, not all of my things are going to have big circle pulls on them, but I thought this was cute.
You probably need a good medium to heavyweight interfacing too.
Yeah, and I don't know what I want to be sinking all my money into right now. So, you know, I have some interfacing at home from when I was making these cute little bow ties. I went through a hot minute of trying to make little bow ties for CF research out of rose fabric.
Like bow ties?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any left anymore.
Dude.
I know. And they didn't work the same as like floppy bow tie because they had interfacing in them. But I think it was lightweight interfacing. I know, it's adorable, but it had so many pieces and I don't remember how to make them anymore.
Were they like traditional bow ties or were they cheater bow ties that like clipped?
No, they were traditional bow ties. They were traditional, adjustable. You had to tie the bow tie yourself with the shape that went bloop, jeep, boop, like that. Yeah.
I dig.
Yeah, they were fun. And actually, this is made out of the leftovers from that because I had a bunch of these rectangles for the piece that, like, helped it latch to the adjustable strappy part. But I just turned, like, 60% of those leftovers into a few Notion bags. So, anyway, all this to say what was in that bag, and a much bigger project probably could have gone in that bag, is a new yarn we got called Marilyn. And oh, there we go. Look at that.
It sparkles.
It's fingering weight cotton from Juniper Moon that has sequins in it. Eddie called them something fancier than sequins, but they're sequins, right? He called them something else. I don't know what he called them. He had a fancy name for them. But we have 3 colors of this in the shop. I have a plan if I don't have a lot of drop-in help to get this into the online shop today, because we only have 3 colors. And this pattern came with it. So, and it's a scarf that should take 2 of them. And I posted on Instagram and Facebook today, if you buy 2 skeins, we can include the pattern while we still have copies of this pattern, while supplies last. And this, actually, oh look, it works because I have light colors on. This is how the scarf is looking. I've gotten through.
That's so pretty.
Isn't it pretty? I got a couple of repeats done. It's essentially a simple feather and fan separated by 4 rows of garter. So it's a 12-row repeat with 4 rows of garter and 8 rows of feather and fan, and 4 rows of garter and 8 rows of feather and fan. I say simple feather and fan because it's only like there's 4 decreases and 4 increases, and a lot of like traditional feather and fan has like 6 instead of 4. So it keeps it a little bit smaller of a ripple, and I think it's really cute. Liz is convinced I'm going to stall out on it really soon, and she's probably right. But
I would just do 1 ball and be like,
but then
ta-da!
I could have just used the other sample we had. It's true. It's true. We'll see. We'll see if I stall out after 1 ball or if I don't even make it that far. Yeah, so I don't know if there was anything. There's lots of the nuts and bolts and technical things to mention. But the only one I think of super importance is we have Sit and Stitch virtually on Tuesday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. I have to think about that or I say it wrong. And you get in with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
And any other, like, we're still celebrating our 8th anniversary, and it's really awesome. It's fantastic. And we have a giveaway on Gleam. I don't have a special code today to add to your entries. I'll probably have one next week. But we still have like a week and a half to go in the month, and that's super awesome.
I think next week I'm wearing my dress.
Oh, yeah. We've had all these people coloring her dress, her fabric here, and you're going to take it home this weekend?
I'm going to take it home Thursday night and wear it in on Friday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Crunch time, baby.
Yeah, even if it's not done, bring it in. We'll pin it on you.
Oh, no, it'll be done.
Okay. Say, I would go home and be like, I'm never getting this done. I stayed up way too late last night making this, by the way.
It takes like 4 hours total, so, you know.
So come in color.
Yeah. This is, you have just about a week, if you're local, to get your button here in color on her dress. And she's moving it around to get more patches filled in. I think in this last week, it's going to end up being a little bit more of just kind of
finding a patch instead of
big, empty, open patches at this point, which is really cool,
actually. I find when I shuffle it around, we get about a foot and a half deep into the fabric, and then there's areas that are like across the table, and people
on the
just
other
don't
side,
reach
people
that
aren't
far.
going like this. So yeah.
I shuffle it around every so often.
Oh, the whole thing's gonna be so cool. It's so awesome. Anyway, we love you all. Thanks for watching. I can't speak apparently anymore, and it's time to go open the shop. So, what do you want to say?
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. Bye.